Right? All money equals time.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've traded hours of my life for these dollars. So am I going to wish that I had gotten that extra watch? Am I going to care that I had a $10,000 watch when I was 20 when I'm on my deathbed? Or am I going to wish that I'd, gone to Thailand for 3 months, hung out at a Muay Thai camp, or that I went and saw Angkor Wat?
Yeah.
All right, what's going to mean more to me?
Yeah.
If you go through and you have experiences and you can relay these experiences and these things that you've done and the time that you had, first of all, it's more appealing, it's more interesting, but it brings with it something nobody can take away from you. And when you start going through and you look at jobs in like leadership roles, people want to hear about the experience you have. You walk into a job interview, the guy doesn't care you're wearing a Rolex. He wants to know what your experience is.
Yep.
And so not only your work experience, but what's your life experience? Right? Have you ever navigated a stressful situation? How did you prepare for that to make it less stressful? All of these things, right? I maintain that one of the best educations you can have is travel.
Get that experience.
Life experience.
Yeah.
You'll find out how you perform under pressure. You'll learn a lot about yourself. Even just being in a situation where you have to think very deliberately about what you want to say to someone else makes you a lot more introspective.
Okay, yeah.
Because when English is your first language, which I assume it is for you, you can just say whatever you want. It's easy. When you have to go through and translate these things in your head, which initially you will, it's much more deliberate. You're much more careful and thoughtful about what you say.
More authentic, yeah.
It changes you. It definitely changes you.
I just experienced that different language, that different culture.
To go through and be the foreigner, to not be able to communicate freely, it changes you.
Yeah.
The thing about travel is when you leave, you never really come home. Right? When you leave for a few months, a year, then you can never really go home, because either you've changed or they've changed. The place has changed.
Yeah.
It's never the same. And so it shifts your life in a way that's, I always think, is for the best. But one of the things that you learn is that your relationships that you had, your friendships, all of it, they didn't stand still either.
Yeah.
Right? And when you go through and you come back and you see people that are in the exact same place, it tells you a lot about those people.
It does.
Because otherwise you have that punctuation of change. And so we can wind up going through and seeing these big changes because there's that gap. Like when you were a kid and your grandma's like, oh, you got so big. Right?
Yeah.
Because the last time she saw you was 6 months ago.
Yeah.